Listen, this isn't just another angry post-race quote. It's Lewis Hamilton, one of the sport's greatest, standing up and naming what went wrong after Baku. And that changes everything. You felt the hope build on Friday when Hamilton topped the times and the car finally looked like it might suit him, right? But by the time the race rolled around, that promise evaporated. Qualifying went wrong after a tire call left him out on a softer compound. And then the SF25's hybrid system didn't deliver. The surge on the long straight, missing those precious kilowatts that turn attacks into points and defenses into podiums. For a driver who built a legacy on wheel-to-wheel combat, being left powerless is more than frustrating. It's intolerable. And that's why his words landed like a bombshell. He didn't blame nerves or preparation. He blamed the car and the team's execution. And he demanded accountability, not to make headlines, but because a champion expects results. Now, I want to know what you think. In the comments, vote yes or no. Is Hamilton right to call Ferrari out publicly? And tell us why in one short sentence. If you want deeper breakdowns like a technical animation of how hybrid deployment works, say telemetry please below and I'll make it happen. If you care about straight talk and honest analysis, subscribe and ring the bell. Every new sub gets us closer to our 1,000 goal and helps us keep bringing episodes that dig under the hood. Hit like if you want us to keep pressing on this story. Your engagement tells us what to cover next. If that opening hooked you, stick around. There's more. Next, I'll walk you through exactly how Friday's promise turned into Sunday's nightmare and who in the team decisions carried the blame. All weekend long, it looked like Ferrari and Hamilton were about to silence the critics. On Friday, the SF25 was alive in Hamilton's hands. His higher downforce setup gave him stability through the tight middle sector, especially the tricky castle section, and the stopwatch proved it with Hamilton topping FP2. For a moment, you could feel the buzz, couldn't you? It felt like Ferrari had finally found a direction, like maybe this was the breakthrough weekend. But Saturday told a completely different story. The team sent Hamilton out in qualifying on the C6 softs when almost everyone else, including Charles Leclerc, was running mediums. Lewis himself admitted after the session that he wanted the mediums, but Ferrari insisted otherwise, saying there wasn't enough fuel or time to bring them in. That one call was fatal. Instead of fighting for pole, Hamilton was dumped out in Q2, eliminated by Leclerc of all people. For a driver who thrives on preparation and precision, it was a gut punch. And even though Sunday looked like a chance for redemption, the cracks in Ferrari's approach had already been exposed. You tell me, which mistake felt worse to you, the strategy called that sabotage qualifying, or the hybrid system failure that killed his race? Drop your pick in the comments, and let's see which one fans think is the bigger blunder. If you're enjoying this breakdown, subscribe right now and turn on the notification bell. We're pushing toward our 1,000 subscriber goal, and your support is what keeps this channel growing. Next, let's dive into the real technical heart of the problem, Ferrari's hybrid failure, and why missing just a few kilowatts completely changed Hamilton's race. What really crushed Hamilton's weekend wasn't just a tire choice or a setup gamble. It was the SF25's hybrid system failing to deliver its full energy recovery on the Baku straight. Now, that might sound like a technical footnote, but in modern F1, every kilowatt counts. On that 2-kilometer main straight, Hamilton expected the car to unleash the power needed to attack rivals or defend his position, and instead, the SF25 left him powerless, watching rivals surge past as if he were in a slower category. Imagine being a 7-time world champion used to battling wheel-to-wheel, and suddenly feeling like a passenger. That's the frustration and fury you heard in his radio messages. It wasn't just lost positions. It was lost opportunity, lost pride, and the cruelest part was how stark the contrast was with Friday's pace. Hamilton felt the potential. He had the rhythm, and the car responded perfectly in practice, only to betray him when it counted. This hybrid failure shows how even the smallest technical deficit can decide the fate of a race, and reminds us that Ferrari still struggles to deliver when it matters most. I want to hear from you in the comments. Vote on whether Ferrari should publicly reveal full telemetry to prove they're addressing the issue. Yes or no, and let us know why in one sentence. And if you want to see a full visual explainer on hybrid deployment in the SF25, drop telemetry please below. Don't forget to like the video if you want more insider level analysis, and make sure to subscribe with the notification bell on. Your support brings us closer to our 1,000 subscriber goal and lets us keep covering every twist in Hamilton's season. Up next, we'll unpack the drama inside Ferrari, teammates, strategy calls, and the tension that Hamilton's words exposed. Inside Ferrari, the Baku weekend was more than just a technical disaster. It became a story of tension, compromise, and team dynamics unraveling in real time. After the hybrid system betrayed Hamilton, the team tried to manage the fallout, even asking Leclerc to let Hamilton pass late in the race, promising the position would be returned, a promise that never materialized. That single moment revealed the delicate balance between teammates, forced into uncomfortable compromises and the strain of a car and strategy that simply weren't up to the task. Hamilton's frustration wasn't aimed at Leclerc, it was aimed at the processes, the missteps, and the mechanical failures that kept him from showing his true pace. Fans watching felt the sting, another episode in Ferrari's saga of self-inflicted errors, where talent and potential are undermined by avoidable mistakes. The statement Hamilton made cut through the noise with brutal clarity. This wasn't a driver making excuses, it was a champion demanding accountability from a team that has failed him. Now, I want your take. Do you trust Ferrari to fix these issues, or do you think this weekend shows deeper problems? Drop your short answer in the comments. And if you agree that Hamilton deserves clearer answers, hit like and make sure to subscribe. Your support helps us track every twist in this story and get closer to our 1,000 subscriber goal. Next, we'll zoom out to the bigger picture, what Hamilton's words mean for Ferrari's future and the stakes ahead. Hamilton's post-Baku words weren't just about one weekend. They were a statement about Ferrari's broader struggle to meet the expectations of one of the greatest drivers in history. His anger carried a message. The SF25 has flashes of pace. The potential is there. But unless Ferrari can deliver consistently, the dream of Hamilton conquering in red will remain out of reach. The stakes are huge, fans, rivals, and the media are watching, and the Tifosi are feeling the heartbreak more sharply than ever. Yet there's hope in his fury. Hamilton's insistence on accountability shows he still believes, that he still cares, and that he isn't giving up. With regulation changes on the horizon, Ferrari could get a reset, but the team must act now to rise to the standard Hamilton demands. The implications for morale, performance, and strategy are enormous. This isn't just about Baku. It's about whether Ferrari can finally provide a champion with the tools to succeed. Now, I want to hear from you. In the comments, vote which outcome you expect. A. Ferrari fixes its issues and fights back, or B. More missteps and damage control. Your opinion matters, and it helps us shape future coverage. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Every new sub gets us closer to our 1,000 subscriber goal, ensuring you won't miss a single update on Hamilton, Ferrari, or any F1 drama. If you've stuck with me to the end, you now understand why this statement has been called a bombshell and why the pressure on Ferrari has never been higher.